Plot twist this week in the drama surrounding the swearing in for one of Fort Lauderdale's new commissioners. Among John Herbst's opponents who had challenged his election, Fort Lauderdale's mayor.
And after being sworn in on Tuesday, Commissioner Herbst's first order of business was to call for some folks to be fired, including the city manager, the city attorney, and the mayor's chief of staff. So he is starting off his term with a bang, and he joins us now by Zoom. Commissioner Herbst, welcome. Glad to see you.
Hello.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
All right, so let me just ask you, since it wasn't easy, I mean, you won your election easily by more than 2,200 votes, but getting sworn in was hard because of these challenges to your residency. But your residency, in the end, really was not in question. You were a legitimate candidate. You won legitimately.
That's correct. The residency was never an issue. I had made sure up front before I filed to run that I had completed everything I needed to do to be a qualified candidate for the office. So I was very disappointed that that last minute challenge after the election came forward.
So, Commissioner John, before we get into the issues of what happened during your first meeting, I really want to address the residency because Mayor Trent Ellis was on last week and made a very big deal of a challenge to that as the, quote, in his words, right thing to do to make sure everything was kosher. So the issue for people to know is that you have a homestead exemption on a home that you purchased for your retirement in Central Florida, Highlands County. So far, so good. Is that right?
That's correct. That's absolutely correct. Yes.
So the homestead exemption that you took out in January, you were still working in Fort Lauderdale. You were terminated, which we can talk about in February, but you didn't know that in January. So why would you take out a homestead exemption on a home in Central Florida that you didn't live in?
So actually, I did live there. So you may recall that we were still working under some COVID protocols in the prior year. So in my office, we were doing a hybrid work schedule. So I had staff, including myself, in the office 3 days a week. And I was working remotely on the other 2 days of the week. So I was able to be at my other property several days a week, occupy it, claim it as a homestead, and still meet the terms of my contract where I had to have a residency in Fort Lauderdale. I also had an apartment downtown that I was utilizing for those days that I spent in the week. So I was complying with both the homestead requirements for my residence, and I maintain a residency in the city of Fort Lauderdale to comply with my contract.
Yeah. You know, John, we should point out for anybody who isn't aware that you were, for 16 years, the city auditor in the city of Fort Lauderdale. You were examining the books and things that people were doing. And sometimes when you ask tough questions, you really, people get angry. Was your firing the result of you doing your job correctly, or what was the reason why you got terminated?
That's absolutely correct. So I was fired by an initiative undertaken by the mayor to terminate me as a result of my conducting an investigation into our former chief of police for his outside employment while he was on duty and at the same time was engaged as an NCAA ref. Had he taken vacation time, that would not have been a problem, but he was put down on his timesheet that he was on assignment. And it's entirely inappropriate to do that. That violates the police department property policies. We have arrested several of our own officers for doing the same thing. In fact, one back in January was charged with grand theft for a very similar action. So I think it's very important when we're looking at our leaders that they demonstrate the integrity that we expect from all of our staff. And we had gotten an allegation that he had engaged in this behavior. We were investigating it, which is the appropriate thing for the auditor to do. We investigate fraud, waste, and abuse. And the mayor, I think, inappropriately interfered with that investigation, and I was fired in what essentially is a whistleblower violation. So I was very disappointed in that because, again, I think tone at the top matters.
And now you are on the commission dais with him. I want to just point out that Susanna Bryant, a reporter for the Sun Sentinel, had the best headline of the week and talked about you sitting on the dais saying there is a new bull in the china shop. and so you recommended the termination of the city manager and the city attorney and the mayor's chief of staff. Why?
So let me separate those two because I think it's important to understand the difference. I was elected based on my experience. Again, as you referenced, I have 16 years of experience with the city of Fort Lauderdale. I've got 23 as a senior financial executive in government, as a finance director and CFO. So the reason that people voted for me so overwhelmingly is my ability to hit the ground running and start focusing on those issues that are critical to the city of Fort Lauderdale. And that was my plan. Unfortunately, that was hijacked through everything that we've been through for the last 3 weeks, where the city refused to seat not only myself, but also my two colleagues, Commissioner Sturman and Commissioner Beasley Pittman. And I think that was a serious mistake. And that's why I addressed that forthright in the first meeting. Yeah. The city attorney gave what I considered to be very bad advice, which the city manager then followed, and that was to hold up the swearing in ceremonies. The charter requires that the new commissioners be sworn in on the first Tuesday after the election. And that wasn't done. That meeting was canceled. Nobody was sworn in. And it was another 3 weeks until we followed the charter and swore in the new commissioners. And again, it comes back to, as I said, it's the governance issues that matter the most to me. As the former auditor, we focus extensively on governance because you send a message down through the organization and through the community that either the rules matter or they don't. The charter is our constitution. It is our governing document, and absolute adherence to that charter is critical for me. Yeah. And I said I lost confidence in them when they didn't follow the charter and continued in that posture for several weeks.
Yeah. John, if I can jump in, excuse me, if I can, we're about to run out of time. I just want to say you understand so well that what is critical for an elected body is collegiality, for people to work together. Are you ready to sit down now with the mayor and the other commissioners and get things done in Fort Lauderdale?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I took that action because I believe it needed to be addressed at the first meeting. I am going to, at this point, put this behind me. I'm going to work with my colleagues on those issues where we agree. I'm going to disagree with them on the issues where I think they're making the wrong choices. Same thing with the city manager and the city attorney. I got out there what I thought needed to be addressed, and now I am ready to move forward. I will not be taking any further action on my own initiative with respect to them. We have things that we need to do. I'm focused on that. Again, I've got the knowledge, the experience. I know what the community wants, and I'm looking forward to executing on that agenda. That's really why I ran.
Commissioner John Herbst, it is great to have you on in your official new capacity, and we will be following that all.
Commissioner, thanks very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Right. I appreciate the opportunity.
Of course. All right. The Miami-Dade County Commission is a powerful group, 13 people, each with his or her own agenda.
And the most powerful is the chair, and there's a new one. Oliver Gilbert is live with us next.